I'm going to see if I can get to this camp spot that I was speaking to you about on the other video. It's quite overgrown, so I'm going to have to go through some brambles. It's quite hard going. Anyway, thanks for coming. Let's get on with it. Yeah, it's quite overgrown, this.
Phantoms of the night now.
Might see if we can find another way around.
Run, dear, run, hear the echoes and the grunts. Birches and sycamores sway as the winds now blow, grabbing our backpacks, down the path we go, foraging and collecting.
Just a nest of brambles everywhere.
Never taking too much.
And Himalayan balsam, which is a problem sometimes.
Canvas backpacks, bedrolls, and old-fashioned swags, pouches we made from old bits of rags, brass lanterns swinging, lighting up our camp with a strong.
Right, we've made it through. It's just down this hill now. I don't know what condition it's going to be in. I hope no one else has been using it, because sometimes when other people use my old camps, they make a mess. But if he is a mess, I'll tidy it up. But I doubt anybody's been down here for a long time, because you just can't get to it unless you're willing to get all your legs ripped to pieces with the brambles. Right, let's get down this hill. Oh, get down this banking without breaking my neck. It's quite steep. Oops. Right. Looks like no one's been here for a long time. But there used to be a dwelling just up there, an old house. It was gone when I was a child. It was already, demolished. But yeah, there used to be people living in these woods. Because nobody comes here, it's alive with wildlife. The animals aren't used to people being here, so they're quite relaxed. They seem quite relaxed around me, maybe because I'm not making too much noise. This is slate off the house that used to be there, and there's bits of bricks and slate all around these woods. I wonder what happened to that house. Right, I've committed to this now. I'm going to spend the night here. I'm going to set up camp now. I've got 4 beers for later on tonight to relax with. Got some curry for tea. I haven't brought a great deal of stuff with me because I knew I had to bushwhack it in. I've got some extra water this time. I ran out of water last time I was camping, so I brought a little bit extra. Got my beers. It's always a good idea to plan your camp in advance. If you're walking or bushwhacking, try and travel lightweight. The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Take nice food with you, I always like to bring a good chair with me. Morale, the ability to relax. It's a little bit heavier, a chair, but it does make your camp a lot better. purchased some of his survival cord. If you don't know what this is, it has different strands inside it. Some's fire tinder, some you can use for snare wire, fishing line, things like that. It's not cheap, but it's handy to have if you're on a big expedition or something, because you've got more uses out of it, if you know what I mean. I just hope I don't make a cat's cradle out of this. So I've set the tarp quite high at the moment because I want to be able to look around in every direction and see what I can see tonight. See if I can see any animals coming through this way. There's a bit of a trail. I know there's an old badger set down there and a fox set, a foxhole should I say, fox den. And the advantages of having a high shelter like this is when it starts to rain I can have a small fire underneath it and I don't have to worry about the fire going out with the rain. But yeah, it should be a good camp this, I think. This is my favourite tarp at the moment. It's the One Tigris Proteus tarp. It's very versatile. You can turn it into a tent, you can have it like a baker tent, you can have it like a normal tarp. It works well with a hammock. It has door sections on both ends, so you can close it up to stop wind when you're hammocking. Or if you put it on the floor, it creates doors. I fitted a stove jack in this one, and I can use my folding log stove with it. I've took it to the Arctic, it shedded snow quite well. I'm in two minds whether to take it with me on the next expedition and just have this as my primary shelter. I'm not too sure yet, because I have got a nice little canvas tent that I've made. It's starting to rain now, so I'm going to be collecting some firewood. I'll get it underneath the tarp so that the wind can dry it out. I don't have to worry about going out in, potentially quite wet weather later on. Right, I just talked you through some of the kit what I brought with me today briefly. So I've gone with a Gore-Tex bivy bag today because it's lightweight, and the canvas bedroll that I normally use is a little bit heavy to be bushwhacking with. So I've gone for the Gore-Tex bivy bag. I don't need a ground sheet. My inflatable mat's inside the Gore-Tex bivy bag with a down sleeping bag. So I've got no danger of rolling off the sleep mat, and also the bag protects the mat as well from little thorns and sharp sticks and things. So I've got some tools with me. I've got the Agawa folding saw. I've gone for the tomahawk today because I haven't used it for a while, and I want to use it to hang my cooking kit off, for a bit of cooking. I've got with me the fire maple folding stove in case I want to use a fire basket as opposed to having a fire on the floor. But because this woodland's so damp, I'm probably just going to have a fire on the floor. Underneath the tarp slightly, if I want, I can always pull it in if the weather gets bad later. I've got a fire kit there with all sorts of stuff in. Tinder card, birch bark, wood shavings, fat wood. It's lightweight and it's just there. I always keep them topped up. It's got some crook knives and spoon knife type things for carving. Obviously my cook set that you've seen. I've got my little brass lantern that I keep in here now. It fits in here now. So that kind of protects the glass. So that's quite handy for later on for a little bit of light. The fire should give off quite a lot of light tonight as well. So I've got some rations there, some curry, some nuts, some cake, good supply of drinks, brew kit, hot chocolate, coffee, tea, energy drinks. Got spare water in the platypus. This is an excellent water bottle, by the way. Collapses down quite small. You can stand on these and they won't break. They're really strong. They're not cheap, but they're worth the money, if you know what I mean. So I've gone for the Frost River pack this time, rather than my Romanian Army pack that I normally use. I've gone for my Frost River. It's an excellent pack because it's so big in volume. If it's wet tomorrow, I can just stuff stuff in loose and just get out of here. If I need to bug out in the morning, if it's torrential rain. I don't really want to get all my kit soaking wet through anyway. Right, I'm gonna stop waffling on, get some firewood collected. just so much dead wood in here, it's unbelievable. A little wren just landed on my tripod there when I had it over there then. Little wren, it's Britain's smallest bird. I like wrens. The more effort I put in now, the better this evening's going to be. So yeah, I get a good supply of firewood, I think, so I don't have to go back out again in this rain. A lot of this firewood is dry, but it's been on my floor. It's not been stood up or anything, so it's a little bit damp. So I'm going to have quite a big fire just to get it established, and get some embers in there, and then hopefully everything should be okay. Then it should burn a lot better. That's good coffee, that is. Right, I was in Finland a few years ago. I was very, very poorly. I had some type of flu. It felt like COVID, but I had a test and it wasn't COVID, but it felt like that. I was weak, so we cold camped the first night before we got to our second base camp, and I was in my tarp looking out through the forest of Finland. It was about -25, and I looked out of the forest, and this song that you're going to listen to now is about my experiences on that trip and about our experiences as a group. Now, in folklore in Finland, we have a person called Tapio. Tapio is basically, he is the nature, and we would say Kiitos Tapio, or the Finns would say Kiitos Tapio, which means thank you, Tapio. And it's mythology, but I think there's more to it than that. Anyway, listen to the song.
In the northern forest, so still and serene, where the ice glistens bright and the snow paints the scene, frozen lakes mirror the dance of the light under the eruption of northern stars shining bright. A figure stands tall, in the shadows he sways, sending a message through the cold winter days. Oh, Tapio, the god of nature's embrace, Lord of the hunt, in this mystical place, with a beard clad in moss and horns like the bows, you warn of the dangers, you teach us to well. With each rustle of leaves, the winds whisper your name, guiding my journey in your ancient domain, a realm filled with magic, where spirits reside. Through the whispers of trees, in you I confide. Oh Lord Tapio, guardian of woods, in your presence I find solace, a calmness that's good. Oh Tapio, the god of nature's embrace, Lord of the hunt, in this mystical place, with a beard clad in moss and horns like the bows, you warn of the dangers, you teach us to well. You are the trees, you are the snow, you are the breeze that gently flows in Finland's grace. We shall embrace the lessons of nature in this sacred space. Our furs keep us warm, our wool shields the cold. We gaze at the heavens where stories are told. The vibrant night sky painting dreams in our eyes. We do not ask why under infinite skies. I look deep into Tapio's wise gaze. He shows me the pathway through a life maze. Oh Tapio, the god of nature's embrace, Lord of the hunt, in this mystical place, with a beard clad in moss and horns like the bows, you warn of the dangers, you teach us to well. As I lay neath my tarp, wrapped tight in the dark, I see him, the Lord, a mystical spark. His presence surrounds me, each breath that I take. In the heart of the forest, a promise I make, to honor the lessons bestowed from above. In the arms of Tapio, know we're forever in love. Oh Tapio, with your spirit so grand, you guide my heart through this wondrous land.
hope that you enjoyed that song about Tapio. It's quite a long song, wasn't it? I put that together using AI, my words, my experiences, my rhymes. Anyway, I've got a little tip for you. So if you're caught out, maybe you're out on a walk in the forest, you haven't got any waterproofs or anything like that, and it's torrential rain, if you get yourself underneath a holly tree, get yourself deep in underneath it next to the trunk, and you're more than likely to be a lot drier because, you know, the rain's going to not be able to penetrate through all the thick leaves. But underneath the holly tree, you're going to have a lot of dry, dead holly leaves on the floor, and they're full of oils. And if you're careful, you can scrape them away to bare earth, and you can actually get a little fire going with all the dry leaves, just enough to make a cup of tea or dry your clothes out. It's just a little tip for you, that, if you ever get lost. I've been a little bit too slow today with my filming. I had buzzards flying through camp before, and I just didn't get the camera in time, right above me, you know. Just need to be a bit quicker. I actually think the nest is just there. They keep flying through this wood and they keep landing up there. Sorry, I got a bit of smoke in my eyes there. I've just moved to the side a little bit. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to let it go dark and I'm going to continue filming them then. I'm very, very tired today. I've had a busy week at work, and I was going to show you loads of tricks and tips, but you know, I'm just having such a nice time with the nature that I think I'm just going to relax, and I want you to relax. I hope tonight that this woodland's going to come alive with wildlife, mainly owls. So this is the exact spot, well, pretty much the exact spot where I saw that thing I told you about in the previous video. The fire was roughly here, the trees above us there with owls in. Let's just see what happens tonight. It does feel alive, this wood. So I'm just waiting for Jim to arrive. I've just had a message that he's going to come down tonight. He's been doing stuff with his family today, so he's arriving shortly. I love this camp spot, I really do. It's a little pocket, you know. Unfortunately, there's a road in that direction, so you might hear traffic. And it's a bit annoying because it's such a wild place. But hopefully later on that traffic will die down and the noise of a woodland will come alive. It would be good to see Jim, actually. I've not camped with him for a while. He might do his jig. Who knows? Jim was the guy who was with me on that night. We saw that orb I talked about in this spot. And he doesn't believe in that type of thing. He's quite well educated. But if I get a chance, I'll get him to explain his side of the story around the fire when he arrives. So the starlings are flying around now. The woodland's gone a little bit quiet. I think it's that time where things are settling down. The daytime animals are settling down, should I say. And soon the realm will change, won't it, to nighttime. And then the nocturnal animals will have their day, or night in this case. That badger set you've seen before on the music part of the video, it's just in that direction. It's not far from here at all. It's about 100 metres that way. So there's a very good chance badgers will walk through here. They'll probably smell the fire and keep away. But who knows? All I know is I'm really having a good time here, and I hope you two are having a good time as well. So you've probably guessed Jim's turned up now. He just came out of the shadows. We always said when we was children we'd be camping here when we're 70 years old. We're both approaching 50 now. What we're going to end up doing is getting a rope with knots in it so we can get down this banking easier. Jim's sleeping old school tonight. This is his setup, what he had probably about 30 years ago, and he's just going to sleep old school 1980s style, really.
Nice and simple.
Yeah. So have you got any food or anything, Jim, with you?
I've got a Rustler's burger because it doesn't require much cooking, just warm and through.
Right. Have you got any beer?
Yeah, I've got a few tinnies.
Good. Yeah, it's good to be back, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's nice. In my head, it was smaller, this plateau bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't seem as overgrown as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Right, we've had a good catch up, haven't we, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good catch up tonight. The owls haven't started hooting yet. I think it's a little bit early for that. We're going to go to bed very shortly. If anything happens good tonight, we'll try and capture it on camera. But anyway,
Can you do your owl call?
I can, but I'm worried that I'll fail again because every video I do it and nothing answers. So we'll
You'll have to try and teach me later.
I'll try and teach you later. I'll do it now and see if anything happens. Like I say, I think it's a little bit early.
Yeah.
I think give it another 2 hours, we'll start hearing the owls.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying before, Jim was here at this camp when this orb came through, and you don't believe in stuff like that, really, do you?
Not really, but it's still unexplained.
Yeah. I think it's best to leave it unexplained, to be honest. I think if we try and explain it, we'll go further away from actually what happened. Maybe just enjoying this night.
Yeah, I think that's how I've dealt with it. It's like, these are the things that happened. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah, don't try and diagnose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So are you on your last can of beer now?
Yeah.
Me too. Right, we're going to say good night for now. We'll see you in the morning. Like I say, if anything happens, we'll try and film it. Good night, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Last night was the night of the owls, and this morning is the morning of the buzzards. I didn't realise how early these buzzards like to get up hunting. It was still dark when they was calling and flying around. And there was still some owls active as well. But the squirrels are out now, but when the buzzards are flying around, they tend to scurry away a little bit. Maybe they're frightened of them, I don't know. Anyway, I think it's time to get up and have some breakfast.
Well, thank you very, very much for coming along on this little camp we've done. I hope you enjoyed the owls last night. And I'm going to say goodbye now. Press subscribe, please, because it really helps out my channel. And if you press that bell button, you get notifications when a new video's out every single week. Thanks very much for your support, and I'll see you next time.
Imagine a green world, lush and bright, where shadows dance softly in the golden light. A realm of wildness, where spirits roam free in the deep woodland's heart. That's where we will be. Foxes and wolves, as they weave through the trees. Polecats are playing with the soft, gentle breeze. Sprinting deer race under canopies hard. This is our realm, our truth, oh my. For this is our earth, a love we hold true, under the vastness of a sky bright and blue. Follow your steps to see where it leads. In the power of woodland, our spirit proceeds. Feel the cold